Now we're gonna pivot again to over to Washington. So it seems like some teens, some YNs probably, you don't know, but hey, some teens were broke into 121 cars in one night in Maryland. You heard me right. 121 cars over in Maryland. It is insane. Trying to get something. I remember we was me and my roommates, we was in one of our old apartment complex where we live, and somebody broke in, smashed the windows around. 121 cars. My alarm going. My alarm is going off quickly, very quickly. That is crazy. But let's jump right into this video and see what all this is about. It's a crazy world we live in. Young kids breaking into cars to try to get your stuff. Matter of fact, I remember at orientation in college, we had a police officer come. One of the things that he made sure to mention, was to don't leave. He said, don't even leave a charger in your car. All it takes, somebody wanted. Bow! Bust your window out. Now your window broke. And you got to deal with insurance. Hopefully you got good insurance. Hopefully you got full coverage so they can pay for it. But, but let's jump right into the video.
Police Department announced a major break in a case that we told you about several weeks ago. It involves several teenagers who investigators say are responsible for breaking into cars and leaving a lot of them like that. Busted out windows, garbage bags covering them, glass all over the roadways. News 4's Joseph Olmo has more on the case and why the police chief is calling for more accountability.
Hey there, this is an absolutely insane story. We are talking about a juvenile, a 16-year-old, being implicated in over 100 vehicle break-ins, all of it.
16 years old, implicated in breaking into 121 cars. I feel like you should have something better to do at 16 years old than to join your buddies or whoever was with you into breaking in to 121 cars.
Happening in one night, not just in Prince George's County, but also in Anne Arundel County and Howard County. I want to get over to the chief of the Laurel Police Department, who just walked away from this podium and updated us. 121 vehicle break-ins, 3 teenagers. You were able to arrest one and charge one just last week. What's the deal with the 2 other teenagers, Chief?
So, due to the continuing investigation, our detectives identified 2 other young people that were involved, and we anticipate them to be in custody later today.
We're looking at video right now of what happened on the night of May 4th, car after car after car. It's 121 in total. What was it, like 40 or 50 just in the city of Laurel alone?
Oh, yeah.
We had 54 here in Laurel. The rest were, as you mentioned earlier, Howard County, joining Prince George's County, and Anne Arundel County.
And what were these kids doing?
They were just simply going through neighborhoods and targets of opportunity, breaking into cars. If there was something in there, they would steal it. If there's nothing in there, they'd move to another car. As you've seen the video, they move pretty quickly.
They just breaking in.
Our experience is the vehicle that's being driven by one of the suspects is normally a stolen vehicle. The people that are breaking into the cars, they aren't venturing too far from the vehicle. And our understanding is they do that because if the police arrive or some other interruption occurs, they can quickly get back into the car and get out of the.
So they're like professionals. They got everything planned out. Don't move the car too far. Bop the window. Find something, take it. If they don't, go bop the window again. Stay close to the vehicle so you can take off when the cops come. They professionals, yeah. I don't care how old he is. Send him. You doing all this, man? Send him to jail. Send him to jail. It's against the law, so send him to jail.
The area.
Chief, you got kind of fired up at the podium. On behalf of the victims, you said, a lot of people will look at vandalism or car break-ins and say this is a low-level crime, but for people who need to get to work, people who need to get to appointments or bring their kids to practice, this is their life. You had a message.
It's a low-level crime until your car is the one to get broke into. Like you can say it's low-level all you want, but yes, no one was hurt, but still, somebody was affected. Somebody's day, they can't even afford to get it fixed. No care about the victim at all. Of course, that's a criminal.
About accountability in this press conference. What do you want people to know about that?
Well, as you mentioned, we hear from our community. We listen to the community. We had 54 families just here in Laurel who lost their car for a period of time. That's also a loss of money on their deductible that the family many times can't afford. And we have community meetings. We hear about this repeatedly. And people are upset there's no accountability. The people that were responsible for doing this should be held accountable to make these families whole.
Where is the parent of, I don't think they mentioned the other two, but where was the parent of the alleged 16-year-old? Like, did they know where their son was out? Because it's gonna take a while to break. Well, it's gonna take some time to break into 121 cars in one night. It's gonna take some time. So you're gonna know, and it's dead of night. The parents ain't worried about where their son is. Are they gone? Where are they?
And their losses. And also, there should be an amount of rehabilitation within the system. This young man was released within 5 hours of us taking him into custody, back into the environment that he came from. That's not an unusual circumstance. And frankly, from what we see is there's little to, if any, accountability down the road from the system, the rest of the system. There needs to be an amount of accountability. That's the only way they're going to learn not to do this. And they need to make sure that the people, our victims, at least in some way, are made whole from their losses.
Chief Hamill, with the Laurel.
There definitely needs to be some kind of accountability. I don't care what kind, if it's a low-level crime or not, but definitely needs to be some kind of accountability. You can't just bust people windows out and then, I don't know about them staying in jail. Yes, 4 or 5 hours are back out. Sounds about right for some places, but they definitely have to be charged with something. Vandalism. Something needs to stick onto their criminal record. They need to have a criminal record now. It's just what it needs to be. It can't just be, don't do it again, and then it doesn't affect them. People need to see what they have done. But let's finish up this video.
Laurel Police Department, thank you so much for your time, sir. A call for accountability. Chief was telling reporters at this press conference that he urges people to go to Annapolis, to the state legislature, to make some of those changes that he's not able to do as the chief of police. But just a major update today in a case we've been following since the beginning of May. Over 100 cars broken into in one night. Just one night. One teenager, a 16-year-old, charged, and we heard from the chief here.
So this happened, not too long ago, but Jesus. 121 cars. 121 cars. All done by a 16-year-old. We need to keep get a check on where our kids are. But if your kid's sneaking out doing this, don't matter about where. Don't matter about where they are. It's, at the end of the day, something was wrong when they was raising up. Didn't have enough discipline. Something to where they was like, let me go vandalize cars. That is what they were thinking. Let me go vandalize some cars. Now, we're going to pivot some. Donald Trump, however you feel about him, he did pardon Larry Hoovers. So Larry Hoover, if you don't know who he was, GD's So, song GD Anthem, if you don't know what they are. But Larry Hoover, his federal sentence was pardoned by President Donald Trump. Now, he's not going to get out because he still has like 200 years on the state charge. But I don't know what Donald Trump was thinking, but hey, he has the right to pardon whoever he wants to. But, well, I don't know if he has the right to pardon whoever he wants to, but that's he can pardon people. But we're going to. All right, everybody, remember this is AC Reviews the Word. Remember to like and subscribe.